Welcome everyone to our party. Thank you to everyone that came out to celebrate with us. It means a lot, especially the people that had to come from the East Coast. Thank you. First and foremost, I want to thank all the friends and family and vendors who are having to work today instead of enjoying the festivities. It means a lot that you guys are trying to make this a memorable moment for us. Secondly, I want to thank all the friends and family who helped set up and volunteered to tear down at the end of the night so that everyone else, including us, can enjoy the night. And lastly, I want to thank our parents for the love and support and generosity that got us both here today. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Let's party!
We will be doing speeches, though, for the parents, so hold tight for that.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Can be.
Or stay.
It doesn't matter. You're standing up, so there you go.
Okay, I'm
Up
standing.
there.
Thanks, Max. How's this work? Is this working?
You gotta go a little closer.
A little closer? Okay, there we are. All right, thanks everybody. Happy to be here. Stacy made it a requirement of me to be here today. I just want to say, again, celebrating Courtney and Matt is pretty awesome. I'm proud and very stoic father of the bride. So I'm going to try to get through this. Courtney made sure I kept it very short, given that I had a minute-by-minute itinerary sent to me about 2 months ago. That said, Courtney has never really taken the conventional path. She's quite bold in making decisions. She's creative. She's independent, which brings me to Atlas, the F-350 Majestic RV. So we're going to talk about that. When she called originally and said, "Dad, I want to buy an RV to travel the country for work," I had one reaction. First, no, terrible idea. Let's not do that. Transitioning to, oh, you've already bought it. And you're going to go where? And by yourself. So that's where we were at as parents. But the one reassuring thing I did have is she told me that she already had a permit to carry and bought a gun. So, facts. This is facts. As a dad, I obviously picture roadside disasters, no cell service, her living off beef jerky in Walmart parking lots, which apparently that did come to fruition a little bit. Let's just say I had a little concern. But Atlas did take her across the country. Inevitably, somehow, took her to Fredericksburg, Virginia, and to Matt. With a few episodes of Southern Charm, Wild 'N Out with Nick Cannon, and some other gigs, as they call them in the industry. So that was pretty cool. Now, when I heard about Matt, I did what any dad would do. I asked the big question, is he taller than me? Being a Doughan, I knew that he would be. And then, most importantly, does he know, are his arms bigger than mine? And being a Doughan, I knew that they wouldn't be. But I got to the point, does he really know how lucky he is? And does he love my daughter? And I know that he does. As I've gotten to know Matt, I saw someone steady, kind, and sincere. He balances Courtney in all the right ways. And most importantly, he does truly love her, makes her laugh, and I know he completes her as a person. As a father, I couldn't be scrolling worse right now, but as a father, I couldn't ask for a better man marrying my daughter. Courtney, you've always followed your heart, even when the road looked a little bumpy. That courage brought you to someone who truly loves you. Matt, welcome to the family. We're known to be extremely loud, but we're also extremely loyal, and you're officially stuck with us. Matt and Courtney, please remember that it won't be the things that you collect that keep you happy as you age together. It'll be the memories you create, the laughter you share, and the miles you travel side by side. Let's all pray your next RV, should you be in the market to buy, has working air conditioning. And to those that may be in the RV market at the ceremony, we have a deal for you. Feel free to hit the bride and groom up later. So let's all please raise a glass to Courtney and Matt. May God bless your marriage. Here's to love, to wild detours, to a used RV named Atlas with questionable brakes that somehow led to this beautiful day and the start of a lifetime together. Cheers.
They are allowed.
Was that true? I hate this speech. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
You want me to go or you want to go next? I don't care.
What? No, I don't have it memorized. Hello. Hello. Testing, testing. Hello, I am Matthew's dad. And unlike the... What was
No,
that?
you're good. You just have to hold it close.
Unlike those that use electronic media, I don't do that. So, Matt, you're going to have to hold this.
Okay.
Can't do it all. Okay, so first some administrative points. Thank you, Trinity and Stacy. Been excellent hosts and hostess. And I want to acknowledge the East Coast again, just like you did. A lot of people drove from many distances, and they also flew. But thank you all for coming. I can't see the paper.
Well,
Okay, so here we go. This may come as a surprise to many of you, but we were provided very specific rules pertaining to this speech and the allowable and not allowable topics to mention. For example, we were not allowed to bring up A, Matt's extensive dating history. We were prohibited from bringing up any of his past girlfriends. His mom and I lost count around 75 or so. So we won't mention any of that. B, then there was Matt's short but lucrative employment with the Chippendales in downtown Washington, D.C. after graduating from college. His mom and I were so proud of our little boy. It started his modeling career, but we won't mention anything about that. Then there's Matt's well-polished and often witnessed at only the wildest of parties. Imitation of a scene from the movie Fun with Dick and Jane. After sufficient consumption of libations, Matthew will routinely seek a sturdy table, climb on top, and begin his imitation of Jim Carrey's drunken puppet. Some of you may recall the scene from the movie. Matt's rendition of that scene is quite unforgettable, but we won't mention anything about that. And for those of you keeping score, only one of those items I've mentioned is true. If we are lucky, we may find out tonight which one is. Okay, now I'm going to transition to the seriousness of it all. The marriage of Matthew and Courtney. It has been extremely difficult for me to find the right words that captures our heartfelt feelings for Matthew and this union before us today. I have struggled for weeks. I hope you will give me a little latitude as I stumble through today. Because several people have claimed this quote, I cannot tell you who it's from. So I'm just going to say, a very famous person said, life is measured in units of time, whether it be birthdays, anniversaries, etc. But time is remembered in the moment. And there have been very many moments with Matthew. As I witnessed and engaged in the raising of Matthew, I often found myself in silent prayer asking the good Lord to allow me the opportunity to be there for both my children when, and you pick the occasion. Oh Lord, please don't take me until I can, fill in the blank. As Matthew grew and matured into the fine young man he is today, I find myself once again seeking silent conversations with the Almighty about the blessings He has provided to my wife and me. And I thank Him for the time we have spent together as a family, and as always, seeking just that one more or next moment in His life to simply be there. My wife usually does that for me. There have been many special moments with Matthew. I'm blessed and honored to remember so many. In fact, I'd like to share just a few of those special moments with you today. So let's start at his birth. How old are you? 26, 27? Matthew took the full term to be born. So an induced labor was planned at 9 months and 1 week. He must have gotten word, because shortly arriving at the hospital, Missy went into labor, and shortly thereafter, Matthew was born. I got to hold him first. And yes, he seemed to be smiling, that special smile of his, content and just being in the moment. Now, this may not sound too special to all of you, but when contrasted with the birth of our daughter through 13 hours of emotional, chaotic labor emergencies, where I didn't know if it would be me or my mother-in-law, Rossi, that was going to take the doctor out back and give him a proper thrashing. Marissa's first baby picture was of a child that fought her way into the world, both fists held up high like a professional boxer. Neither of us got to hold her as she was quickly taken to the NICU, while 6 medical professionals descended upon my wife in post-birthing emergencies. The experience was so traumatic, we considered not having any more children. I can't imagine a world without you. Okay. But quite the contrast, each child gives us opportunities and moments to see them as the special people they really are. And no, where is she? No, one is not better than the other, just different. Then there was the moment when my wife and I were looking at some old Christmas videos of Christmas morning. Matt was about 1 or 2. We had recently learned that Matt had near continuous ear infections from birth and couldn't interact with us or develop his speech properly. My wife and I had been ignorant of the condition. Now, watching the old video, we could see Marissa watching the two of us trying to interact with Matthew, but having no effect with simple speech. Then Marissa is seen in the video walking over to Matthew, bending over, grabbing both his arms, getting right in his face, and telling him what we said, very loudly. She knew he couldn't hear, and she went out of her way to make sure he was connected and engaged with us. That's the moment we realized that the protective big sister force was very strong with her, and that she would always keep a watchful eye on Matthew. The next moment, you might recall, I call Space Mountain. It was a particularly embarrassing moment. Matt was about 5 years old. We all boarded the Disney ride in single seats and couldn't really see over the front of each car. The ride is basically a roller coaster in the dark. As we catapulted to high speed, I could hear this extremely loud, obnoxious child talking trash. Such as, "Come on, you call this fast? Bring it on. Oh yeah." Continuous, non-stop the entire ride. I started feeling embarrassed for the parents. I tried to feel how they must feel hearing their child make such a noise and ruckus. I couldn't wait for the ride to be over just so that I could see who these people are. When the ride was over and we each got out of our cars, my wife came over to me and said, "Did you hear your son?" Shock and embarrassment. We quickly gathered our stuff and disappeared into the crowd. That's when we learned Matt was kind of a thrill seeker. These moments were followed by a flurry of other moments that seemed to simply fly by way too fast. 12 years of scouting, week-long summer camps, his first fight, backpacking, hiking up Old Rag as early as age 5, one moment after another. But one hiking moment that I will never forget was the full moon hike up Old Rag. An absolutely beautiful, clear fall night, no leaves, no flashlight required. The sounds, except for the occasional animals scampering through the woods. At around 2 a.m., we could hear way off in the distance the constant song of a lone whippoorwill. Just about every 5 seconds, as we approached on the path, the song got louder and louder. And eventually, when the song was behind us, we could start to hear a faint response over the top of the mountain and down on the other side. It was perfectly timed in rhythmic response with the first bird song, and it was clear they were talking and communicating with each other. It was great to share that moment with Matt. On a slight sidebar, Matthew doesn't remember this. What he did remember was the screech owl that scared him. The next moment I call the Grand Canyon moment, when Matthew and my close friend quite possibly saved my life so that I could be there for the next moments in Matthew's life. Matthew carried his 50-pound pack and my 50-pound pack over 9 miles from Phantom Ranch up to Cottonwood Campground toward the North Rim because I had developed a severe case of rhabdo and had no strength to even walk. After a full day of rest at the Cottonwood Campground, I informed Matt that I couldn't continue another step. I will never forget his response. Matt provided me with some very typical pointed motivational words. "Come on, Dad, you can crawl down this trail faster than that." It's funny how the kind of things your kids will learn from you. So Matt quickly secured my helicopter extraction, and the rest is history. That additional history now includes me. I have been blessed with even more moments to simply be there with him. This last moment is a big moment. Came after a Spartan race. My wife told me, Matt wants to talk to you about something. So off we went to the local park for a casual stroll. During this stroll, I learned of Matt's meeting with some girl during the race. He told me he really liked her. They talked all night, but she lived far away. In my mind, I thought, well, this isn't good. Long-distance relationships seldom work. Then, to my surprise, and my wife's, about 2 to 3 weeks later, a total stranger shows up at our house. Wow, I guess Courtney felt the same way about long-distance relationships. So here we are today. He sits there with his bride, both looking exceptionally happy and clearly in the moment. They will start their own journey of life, measured in time, but remembered in the moment. Moments just like this one. And once again, I find myself in silent prayer, asking the Lord to allow me to be there when. My advice to Matthew and Courtney is, remember who you are, remember where you came from, and where you want to go, but make sure you take the time to enjoy the journey. None of my moments would have been possible without remembering the values I was taught by my parents, and I hope I taught to my children. Values of faith, love, and family. But values need to be prioritized, exercised, resourced, and honed into realities to create your very own moments in life. So take a pause, take in this moment, the sights, the sounds, the tastes, the smells, and the feelings. You will be able to keep them with you and cherish them for the rest of your life. May the joy and happiness of the bonds you feel today grow stronger with each passing day of time. filled with many more moments to be remembered forever. Cheers.
Hi, Mom. Oh.
Microphone.
I'm scared. All right, so Dave and his 6 papers have nothing on me. You guys know we're not leaving till like 10:15, right? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, I do want to say, all of you, thank you so much for being here. All of you have your fingerprints on the lives of these 2 incredible young adults. You wouldn't be here if you hadn't. It's been a pretty amazing road, and I just want to thank all of you for taking time to come out to this beautiful venue in New Virginia to celebrate their new life together. All right, I know we've made it this far, kid. I'm so dang proud. You have no freaking idea what I am feeling tonight. When you came into my world, I was young. I had no clue what I was doing. And for years, we joke about you being our guinea pig. But Courtney, you were never our guinea pig. You were the one who taught us so many lessons. And so tonight, I'm going to tell you guys some of the life lessons that I learned from being Courtney's mom. All right, number 1, be unapologetically you. Inner peace comes from being who you were created to be, not who everyone else wants you to be. It's been one of my greatest joys watching you embrace who you were created to be and to grow into the woman you are today. Number 2, be stubborn in the right ways. I think sometimes the word stubborn gets a bad rap, but Courtney has always been a road less traveled kind of girl. She's the kind of person who says, I'm gonna do it before she has any freaking idea how she is going to do it, but she figures it out. She figures it out. And that kind of stubbornness has helped her accomplish more in her short lifetime than many of us do in our entire lifetimes. And it's led her exactly right to where she was meant to be. Right here tonight, marrying the love of her life. All right, lesson number 4. Chase your dreams, especially the big, scary ones. From hitting the road in Atlas the RV, which is for sale, by the way. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. To working in television and film across the country and just having the courage to go for it. The courage has led to some pretty incredible accomplishments, like Dad mentioned, sitting on the set of Wild 'N Out, standing on the pink carpet of the VMAs with the one and only Taylor Swift. Yeah, that happened. And of course, meeting Matt. And that brings me to one more thing that I learned from raising Courtney. Number 4, trust God. There's so many times when I couldn't be there, times when I couldn't help, times when I had to just let go and pray. And if you know me, that wasn't very easy. I'm kind of a little bit of a control freak too. But look at all you guys laugh back there. Everybody I work with is back there laughing. But let me tell you, God showed up. He protected her. He guided her. And he led us to this night. So no, you were never our guinea pig. You are a teacher. You taught us so much about being good humans, being good people, just learning how to let go, let God, and let life happen. So you made me a better mom. You made me a better person. And tonight, looking at you and Matt, I know that every step, every hurt, every risk was leading us right here. Right here. So Matt, you were praying for Courtney, and Courtney was praying for you, and your dad and mom were all praying for you. Well, Trin and I were praying for you too. You're an answered prayer. And I know I told you that already, but I'm going to tell you that in front of everyone else. Like, you are seriously, thank you. You are an answered prayer. And the kind of person that a mom dreams that her daughter will find. You're steady. You're good. You're so completely right to her. So welcome to this unapologetically authentic, stubborn, dream-chasing family. And I feel like it's important for all of you to know that Courtney planned this beautiful night. This is the binder that's been referenced a few times throughout the evening. If any of you know, this May has been a big May for our family. It's been a big May. And I'm so grateful that Courtney took this wedding planning by the horns and she delivered tonight what you guys are experiencing. I can take no thanks for it other than executing her dream for tonight. So good job, honey. All right, to the final cheers, let's raise a glass. It's just the beginning of the beautiful life you two will build together. So here's to love, to adventure, and to chasing the next big dream. All right, what's next on the plan? Okay.
You're like good at this or something.
Oh, it's like, give me